Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Randy with Soldiers for the Cross, and thank you for tuning in on this Friday, January the 2nd, 2026. The Lord has opened a new year for us, and let's just move forward in it and serve Him better and greater than we did in 2025. If you have your coffee or your tea, yeah, I'm hitting the Scottish breakfast tea this morning, so pretty good on this cold, chilly morning outside. So we are still in the book of Exodus, and if you've been kind of following along with this, we are up into chapter 3, where the leader is getting ready to be called. And boy, is he not ready. So, chapter 3, we see that, Moses has been keeping the flock of his father in law Jethro. That's, outside, out of mind, nobody messing with him. He's on the back side of a mountain, so he doesn't have to worry about social interaction or anything. He just does his thing every day and goes home. And all of a sudden, angel of the Lord appears unto him. We're going to pick up in chapter 3, Exodus chapter 3, verse 2. And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a flame fire out of the midst of a bush. And he looked and beheld the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed. And Moses said, I will now turn aside and see this great sight, while the bush is not why the bush is not burnt. And when the Lord saw that he turned aside to see, God called unto him out of the midst of the bush and said, Moses, Moses. And he said, Here am I. And he said, draw not nigh hither, put off thy shoes from off thy feet, for the place whereon thou standest is holy ground. Moreover, he said, I am the God of thy father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob. And Moses hid his face, for he was afraid to look upon God. And the Lord said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people which are in Egypt, and have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters, for I know their sorrows. I am come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians, and to bring them up out of that land unto a good land, and a large land, unto a land flowing with milk and honey, unto the place of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Amorites, Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites. Now therefore, behold, the cry of the children of Israel is come unto me, and I have also seen the oppression wherewith the Egyptians oppress them. Now, here comes the calling. And I want you to see something here. The calling of what God knows we're capable of, and then our answers as to what we think we're capable of. So, in verse 11, verse 10, Come now, therefore, and I will send thee unto Pharaoh, that thou mayest bring forth my children, my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. Now this is God speaking, the Creator. Hey, come on. I'm going to use you to go deliver the hundreds of thousands of Israelite people out of bondage. I'm going to use you. We're going to get them out of Egypt. Okay? And you got to think Moses got to be standing there like, have you seen Pharaoh's army? Have you seen Pharaoh? Do you know what he's capable of? So, And Moses said unto God, who am I that I should go unto Pharaoh, and that I should bring forth the children of Israel out of Egypt? And he said, certainly I will be with thee, and this shall be a token unto thee that I have sent thee. When thou hast brought forth the people out of Egypt, ye shall serve God upon this mountain. God's already looking to the future. God's not looking at the current present situation. God's saying, hey, after we do this, you're going to bring you and all the people back to this mountain, and you're going to serve me. Moses is stuck in the now. And he's stuck in his qualifications. But he's not seeing what the creator of the universe sees in his qualifications. Now, here comes the delivery. And Moses said unto God, behold, when I come unto the children of Israel, and shall say unto them, the God of your fathers hath sent me unto you, they shall say to me, what is his name, and what shall I say unto them, Lord? Now I want you to see something here. God always gives evidence. And God always delivers the exact appropriate confirmation of who he is. Verse 14, and God said unto Moses, I am that I am. And he said, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, I am has sent me unto you. I am. I mean, you don't get any clearer than that. And we go on because God's like, okay, we'll give them physical evidence. You know, you're going to, pick up your rod. Now lay it down. Moses laid it down. It turned into a serpent. God said, pick it up again. He picked it up by the tail and turned it into the rod again. But here's something that I want you to look at. When God calls us, when we get saved, generally, shortly after we're saved, we start getting discipled, and we hear that God has calling for everybody. You need to pray, seek the face of God, find out what that calling is. Well, as we see a couple of times in the Old Testament, God come down and approached them. There wasn't a lot of seeking his face and praying to him. He came down and said, hey, I'm using you to do this. I mean, if you could just in your mind close your eyes and think of how large the Egyptian army was, how large Pharaoh's kingdom was. And God picks this guy who, mind you, already has a reputation in Egypt because he's already killed an Egyptian. He fled Pharaoh due to the fact that Pharaoh found out about him killing an Egyptian. Now God is like, hey, you're a married man now. You're watching your father-in-law's sheep. You're tending the flock every day. I'm going to interrupt your comfortable life because I've got something I want you to do. Oh, okay, Lord. I'm guessing, let's see, maybe talk to the household, maybe talk to my wives. Oh, no. I want you to go down into Egypt, and I want you to bring my people out, and I want you to come back to this mountain and serve me. I mean, for Moses, he was probably looking at that and saying, how about giving me a 2-gallon bucket and I'll go down to the Red Sea and see how long it takes to empty it. But see, God doesn't see us that way. God sees every potential he put into us, every amount of wisdom he's going to give us, every bit of direction he is going to give us. And we don't see that. But Moses needed to look back at Abraham. All the way back when God just, hey, Abraham, head out. Okay, Lord. Didn't know which direction he was going, where he was heading. But he got there. He got exactly where God wanted him to be. And Moses is getting ready to go on that same journey. Because here's what he done. He's got two things that's going to fight him here. One, God has already explained to him. Let's see. In chapter 3, verse 19, God lets him know. And I am sure that the king of Egypt will not let you go. No, not by a mighty hand. So, but it's like Moses saying, okay, let me get everything figured out here, Lord. You want me to go into Egypt? Tell Pharaoh to let your people go, the Israelites. You want us to come back to this mountain and serve you. But you're telling me, one, first obstacle, the Israelites aren't going to listen to me. Who am I? The second obstacle, you're already confirming that Pharaoh's not going to listen to me. And God is letting Moses know exactly that. Neither party is going to listen to you. But through you, they're going to listen to me. They're going to hear me. Because through you, I'm going to use you as the vessel I created you to be, to represent me for this very time in this very moment. And if that sounds familiar, there's tons of other stories throughout the Word of God that explains that. And it's the same today for us. If God's calling you, He's already provided the way in, and the way out. He's provided the wisdom, the wording, the knowledge of everything you need. In God's eyes, the task is already completed. He is just waiting on you, your free will, to proceed forward and let Him guide you. So if you're feeling a calling in your life, I don't care if it's just witnessing to a coworker, talking to a neighbor, or evangelizing, missions, pastoring, teaching. If that calling's on your life, then God has already the knowledge is already there. The situation's already there. The way in's already there. And if need be, if you're being called into a hostile environment like missions or something like that, the way out's already provided. All you have to do is go in and represent Him. Sounds simple, but this and this makes it the most complicated thing in the universe to us, because we don't understand what God is doing with us. We have doubts, we have questions, we have fears, and that's perfectly fine. But then we lay them all up on the Lord, and we let Him deal with them, and He will direct us through it. The same way He's using Moses right now. I can bet you Moses is terrified. He has not even the first remote idea of how he's going to initiate this. God's already been through the challenge. God's already standing at the victory. All he wants us to do is step up and follow. So he can take us right to the end, and then at the end, so he can be served and he can be glorified. And his people can come to him and worship him. So keep that in mind when you feel the calling of the Lord in your life, and you see no way, no possibility. You say, one, Lord, if you want me to go on missions to such and such country, I have no idea how to speak that language. I have no idea that economy. I have no idea of this or that. And you start questioning everything. Just, Psalm says it best. Stand still and know that I am God. Let him lead it. Let him direct it, because he's the one that called you. God's not calling you to set you up for failure. He sets no one up for failure. He calls us into victory through everything, through him. So if you feel that calling, by all means, answer it. Have the patience and the prayer time to seek God's face and listen to what he's wanting to say to you. And you do that, and you will be victorious. You rely on your own understanding, and you are going to fall flat on your face, I promise you. I have done it hundreds of times. So, guys, we're going to get back into this tomorrow. We're going to find out, what's Moses' challenge here, and what's he getting ready to face, and what are the children of Israel getting ready to face through this. So, tune in tomorrow. Oh, I'm sorry, tomorrow is Saturday. Tune in Monday for Soldiers for the Cross as we are going through the book of Exodus. And I promise you, it's going to be a beautiful, educational, blessed, good time. And until then, you guys have a wonderful weekend. And we will talk to you soon in the name of the Lord. May you be blessed. We love you. See you soon.